Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Creature Corner, brought to you by Dell. My name is Jared Krichevsky. I am a creature and character concept artist working in the industry today. A little movie came out recently called Godzilla x Kong. It's out in theaters now. Hope you check it out. We're on part 2 of our Kaiju creature sculpt off, and I'm just going to bring on my next guest, DopePope. Come on up, DopePope.
Hey, what's up?
Matt's going to be joining us in a little bit, but good to see you, man. How you been? How was your week?
Excellent. Yeah, it's been a fun week. A lot of work. Not too much else. But
Okay, that's good. Work is good.
Nice weather over here in Brooklyn lately.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so it's been nice.
Oh, nice. Well, will our kaijus be fighting each other? That's a good idea. We should definitely get all 3 of ours in a scene together. I think
that's an exercise in posing.
Yeah. That would be super sick. Well, yeah, man, we had
really good friends.
we had such a great time with you last week. So, and we got to finish these out. So, thanks for coming back.
Oh, my pleasure.
Hell yeah. Well, do you want to take us through what you accomplished last night? And you were noodling on this today too.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, I didn't do too much since last week. I spent about like an hour and a half just getting in and adding some detail so it wouldn't look so plain. I saved over the original file, so I don't really have anything to show.
Sometimes you got to commit.
Yeah, and I also I forget that you lose your color if you dynamesh.
Yeah, you had some color on it.
Then the color is off. So I did have color on it. I lost it all. So it's these things happen and you have to deal with them. So maybe the next round of color will actually look better. So
yeah, sometimes you just got to move forward anyway, and cut your losses, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I really do hate doing things twice, especially back to back. But
yeah,
I added a color last week, so I wasn't really like all that in love with it. And if it happened immediately and then I had to put the color back in immediately, that would have irked me. But I don't have to do that, so I'm okay with it.
At least the second time you do it, you do it better.
Yeah, you have an idea, and hopefully it looks better.
I mean, it's just pure annoying, when you don't get it, but then you just have to kind of grit your teeth and say, well, I got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Well, let's get to sculpting. I got my guy here, still finding him, still kind of figuring him out as well.
Very cool.
Just shapes right now. Shapes before texture.
Do you always put a plate at the bottom, like a base?
Yeah, I do.
Lots of people do that. I've never done it unless I had to do
it. I always recommend it for students at least, and it's primarily because without it, you don't know where the ground is, how the feet are kind of touching the ground. So I like to do it.
That totally makes sense, and I kind of like it because usually I have the floor grid button and I just toggle that on and off. But the feet go through the floor grid sometimes,
and then it drops down.
Right, and that actually creates like a straight line, flat. It drops. If you want to like get BPR, and you can see the shadows cast flowing forward. So it's smart. It's really smart.
Yeah, and
your dog is agreeing with me.
Oh well, yeah. Little man's getting picked up now, so yeah, go with mom. Okay. Grab your iPad too. Yeah, so I always drop a plate in there, and I recommend students do it too. Like when they're just getting started, it just makes it easier. You can turn the grid snapping off. That's in the draw menu, but I always forget to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So I find
it's weird. I didn't even know there was a floor grid for the longest time.
that's the beauty of ZBrush, right?
Yeah, this
You
thing's
take a minute to learn and a lifetime to master. I like the I didn't mention it before, but I liked the you had the club at the end of the tail. Thought that was super cool.
Yeah, he's gonna need something. I'm trying to figure out, like, turtles aren't really known for fighting. They're known for just pretty much closing up shop and waiting you out, you know. But
Yeah,
I want this monster to be able to fight, so I got the two heads with the claw, the beak, like a snapping turtle, and then I gave it some giant spike. It's gonna be like retractable when I get in there and change the shape around. But that thing can pierce through Godzilla's hide. Let's say you got the sharp claws on the legs. I did say I would like this guy to be able to stand on his hind legs, which is why I have that tail with a heavy club to like counterbalance all that, and a shell that doesn't demonstrate it right now, but it could actually separate its plates so that it could move and body and shit. So yeah, that's this is what I'm thinking about as I'm working. I don't know if it's coming across in this particular pose. It's hard to show all of that, but yeah, I want this guy to throw down. This guy's got to have an action-packed fight.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's alongside Kong or nothing like that, but still.
I was thinking those plates could rise up and like shoot out too, so it's got a projectile attack.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, it's got to have some kind of like long-range weapon, right? They all have that.
Well, yeah. I mean, like we talked about the spiral beam. Like you could have two like clashing beams. See, and this is a part of the job too. Is you got to talk about like what it can do.
Yeah.
What's going on? Okay. It's totally okay. That was weird. It was like exploding for a sec.
Are you talking about mine or yours?
Mine. Yeah,
mine.
It was exploding.
Like a weird Dynamesh bug, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I don't know what that was. But... you know what that means? You know what the shredding guitar means?
That's me.
We've got the Matt Millard now.
Hello.
What's up, Matt?
What's up, dude?
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Great.
All right. Feeling good about it?
Huh?
Are you guys feeling good about it?
Yeah. I think we are.
Well, you know me, I'm always fighting mine up until the last minute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with the punches here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your lizard snakey,
multi-arms,
earthquakey.
You never know. He might get wings. He might get legs. We don't know yet. Yeah, we don't know yet. Really don't.
Earthquakey, make a mistakey. Yeah.
Oh boy, this model must be huge.
So Chrome Colossus in the chat had a great idea about when we're done with ours, putting them all together in a big city fighting scene.
No, that's a bad idea.
Terrible idea.
I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't do that.
That's great.
No, that's.
Yeah, turn the camera off. There we go. Yeah, we just got 3 kaijus hanging out, being friends. We got to turn our cameras off here so we get all 3 of our streams up on all 3 of our sculpts up on the screen.
What are you going to call yours?
That's a good question. I've been thinking about it for a week, and I still haven't come up with anything good.
I
literally pulled.
I think Tim is a good name.
Tanner?
Tim.
Tim? Oh, Tim.
Always going with the. Might as well. The Monsterverse is going that way too with Kevin and Doug.
Yeah, we got Doug.
Tim.
We got Doug. We got Jeff.
Which one is Jeff?
I don't know who Jeff is.
Jeff.
I think they were trying to name the. They were trying to name the parent
I
frog.
know that Jeff, but I don't. The Kevin head.
Kevin. That's right.
Yeah, so it's like
Just Kevin.
yeah.
And everybody knows Kevin too. Damn it, Kevin.
So I'm going to take a wild guess at what you guys were talking about before I got here, and I'm going to say that it was probably Godzilla.
Incorrect. It was ZBrush.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only other thing we ever talk about.
I mean, I heard there's other things to talk about, but I don't really know any.
We don't know what they are yet.
Well, we're not going to talk about most things.
Yeah, most things these days.
I don't like, yeah, because most things are pretty bad. So I think I'm just perfectly happy talking about giant monsters. Joe, what's your like detailing process, right? Because I saw you like closing in on one of those shells, and it looked like you were using like some Dan Standard.
Yeah, I have the brushes I use the most are along the top of my custom UI. So it's just basic clay buildup, standard, Dan Standard, knife tool, which is like somebody made that. I think Pablo made that one. The Geo.
Is that the GeoBrush?
It's similar to the GeoBrush, but it's.
Show me the knife tool.
What
does the knife tool look like? There's a Pablo brush that I don't know about.
I'm pretty sure this is his. I forget. It's been up here for so long, but it just cuts a really
hard cut.
Yeah, it gets. I had it before I had the GeoBrush. The GeoBrush basically does the same thing, but it has that beautiful, like
that soft,
real soft. So yeah, so I find like I have them both. Wow, the GeoBrush is gorgeous. It always does something beautiful. So yeah, I think it's the same. I think Pablo made both of them. The knife was coming in useful until Geo came along, and then I switched that out. But my go-to is the XMD02, which for some reason it just reminds me of my own drawing stroke, and I put gravity on it, like set gravity to like 40, and then when you draw stuff, it pulls it down towards the bottom of this, so you could do some really interesting scaling techniques with it, really really fast. And I
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like instead of going straight to an alpha or something like that, I just draw them. It's in some ways it's quicker than doing alphas, but not as you have more control of where you're going to draw these scales and all that. But these are the things that I'm doing. Then trim dynamic and inflate, they're invaluable. You just constantly just huffing areas up and slapping them back down with trim dynamic and making them flat, and then whatever's left is usually pretty interesting to look at.
You're a happy accident kind of guy, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. My sculpting style and my drawing style too is fast and loose, and it's just like whatever happens, hurry the hell up and just
get to the interesting stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. I marvel at people that take the patience to like stipple and tattoo artists, stuff like that. People that do sculpt individual scales and they spend like 2 weeks doing that. I love it. I respect it, but I just don't have it in me to do that.
It's a bit of the ADD, right?
Yeah, it's a labor of love for sure.
Even when I was drawing, I would get bored with the angle I was drawing the thing and immediately start a new sketch from a different angle.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the patience to finish the thing. That's why I like sculpting so much. You're drawing every angle at once.
That's a good point. It's a really good point. There is something to that infinite patience.
But I think that impatience when I was drawing is paid off being a sculptor, because you have to pay attention to your sculpt from every angle, and I'm doing that anyway because I'm impatient. So it taught me to like constantly look and twist and turn and see everything from every angle and try to get the best view from everywhere. I don't know if I always achieve that, but that's the goal.
I also tell that to students though, is move around a lot, because it helps you keep momentum.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to keep that momentum going.
And when you're drawing, you can't move around a lot. I guess you can go from area to area, but you can't twist and turn the pose if you're tired of it.
Chrome is asking, Geo is in Neckbill. Yeah, absolutely. This brush was named after him.
Yeah.
After the great Geo.
And it's perfect, because I heard Geo himself is he helped design it, and he likes it and he uses it. So it's a good brush.
And it has his kind of like signature soft forms, which it's really cool, because it does kind of feel like you're sculpting like him. And there's nobody like as good at organics, I think. There's a lot of great artists out there. Geo's definitely top. He's top. He's tops, baby.
My man.
My man. Matt, did you give your guy little legs?
He's getting some legs.
What's up, Sterling? Good to see ya. It's monster time with our monster friends. Kaiju friends.
I'm gonna hang out with you until the end of time.
What movie is that from? No idea what that's from.
It's from Twins.
Twins?
Yeah, you know, where Danny DeVito is his twin.
His
Yeah.
twin.
Twins.
Never
The
seen.
sequel.
Never.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be surprised if they make a sequel any minute now.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Dude, they were talking about doing Channing Tatum and I can't remember who else it was.
like Jonah Hill.
Something like that.
You know, James doesn't like Channing Tatum.
His-
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk. He was great in The Hateful Eight because he got his head blown off.
Yeah.
He got his head blown off in The Hateful Eight.
I think so.
It has been a while since I've seen that. I'm gonna watch it again now.
Yeah, that's definitely not one of my favorite Tarantino movies, but it's like even his mediocre ones are damn good. So
Danny DeVito. Danny Scipito.
have either of you been watching Fallout?
Oh yeah, I finished it. It was great.
Did either of you play the games?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it
Well, then
was.
you truly can appreciate it.
It was awesome, dude.
Is it pretty close to the games? I have not played the game or seen the show.
Yeah, there's some hilarious nods for sure. I love some of the NPC contact is really funny. It's really cool just seeing like the characters and the suits, and it was really good. And Goggin was
Finished it?
incredible. Yeah, I finished the series.
I still have. Yeah, I just want to don't spoil anything because I have 4 more episodes left. But I've been really enjoying it. They totally nailed the look and feel of that world.
Big time.
They did their homework.
They diddly done did it.
They diddly done did it.
I mean, they spent video game companies and people that are making games like that spend so much time building those worlds. So when I would imagine when it's time to make a TV show or a movie about them, the work is done for you. But it always seems like they just don't use that.
Well, the work isn't done. That's the entire thing with Hollywood is that it has to be rewritten. It has to be remarketed. Like that's why nothing is like loyal to the source material, is because someone's got to get their hands on it and have ownership over the title. They've got to make it their own in some way. They got to change it because, if you play the video game and you go see the exact same thing on the screen, it goes both ways. Like the critics will pan it, but the hardcore fans will love it, and then vice versa. Like you're trying to get to the biggest audience as possible. So it's a tough thing to do. It really is.
Yeah, translating things to live action, always a challenge. I mean,
that for sure. But even just like trying to get, people are always so upset. They're like, well, the book and the game or whatever it's based off of. Like, there's a reason why everything is so different, and it's mainly just money and marketing.
yeah.
The same reason every time. But yeah, it makes sense if you consider the word business in show business. Then it makes perfect sense.
You got a lot of people to please.
So when that actually makes it more impressive though, because when they can make it that good, that close, and still say that they rewrote it and reworked it for their own needs, that's, I don't know, something's sinking in. Like maybe they're like, well, maybe they had it right the first time. Why fix what ain't broke?
So what are some of the best video game to like film adaptations?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
So I hear.
That's literally the best one.
I'm not saying it's a fantastic movie or anything, but I found the Silent Hill, the first Silent Hill.
Yeah, I love the first Silent Hill.
And that's what's
So
funny
good.
is Silent Hill got panned too.
Yeah, but if you played those games, it worked. I think
it's definitely aged better.
It had one of the most memorable movie villains I've seen in a long time. That Pyramid Head.
Dude, whenever he ripped that girl's skin off, I'll never forget that.
What a great
so sick, dude.
I don't know how we don't have like a bunch of like Silent Hill spin-offs, animes. You know what I mean? Where is all that stuff?
It's coming. There's a bunch of games coming out soon. There's a remake of Part 2. There's a couple of new titles, brand new. There was a free game that just came out.
Yeah, the little 2-hour joint.
Yeah, so they're definitely coming. It's a little late though. I mean, it's kind of almost irrelevant. So it seems like they're trying to make it relevant again. I think I welcome it. I can't wait to play the remake of 2. I'm looking very forward to it.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
They're doing a remake of 2. That'd be great.
Yeah, they're doing it. It's coming out really soon.
I really like. I like these remasters of games. RE4, Dead Space.
Yeah.
RE4 was a remake.
It was a remake.
Yeah.
Not a redo.
Not a remaster.
Not a remaster.
Yeah, it was a remake, but it was really beautifully done.
It's incredible. It's a very good game.
First time it came out was awesome, and the second time it came out was awesome.
Questions were first question was Pope, do you remember where you got that XMD02 brush? Probably from the XMD library, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Go ahead and say that it's from the XMD library somewhere, but it's probably one of the first brushes I got that when I felt comfortable enough using other brushes that weren't like default. So it's like at least a 10-year-old brush. So but it's one of my favorites.
Back. I actually wonder if I have that in my collection. I bet I do, because I'm old. XMD.
You might have it and forgot you have it.
I have. I've got some bevel brushes. It might just be Orb Crack, renamed. I don't know. Next question was, what does everyone think about TMNT Last Ronin being adapted into a R-rated movie.
Everybody's excited about that.
Everybody's all
Everyone in the entire world is excited.
Yeah, I mean, if anything's screaming to be R-rated, it's that.
Yeah, everybody is excited about that for sure.
I wonder, I'm just supremely curious how it's going to do.
It's going to do great.
And I really hope it does, because it'd be nice to get some like more R-rated comic properties, not bowing down to the almighty PG-13 rating.
Like, even if it was animated, if it was like Invincible, where they just tore people's heads off.
Yeah, even that would be sick.
But in live action, if they do a live action or super serious,
yeah, I mean that's kind of scary, because they have to pump more money into that. So that just makes me wonder.
Yeah, and if no one turns up for it, we're never gonna get stuff like that again. So we all have to go.
Well, I think
dude, everybody's in their 30s that grew up on like the original TMNT, and especially if you're into the comics, like we're all showing up for it.
Yeah, we're all showing up for it.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
I'm banking on that for sure.
Would definitely be nice to do and not have to like. I don't know. I just want more of that stuff. I want more.
Yeah.
Powerful jaw. Mushing around shapes. Really big.
Yeah, I like wings. I gave him some wings. He's got a tail.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, I think the wings are nice.
I like the wings.
yeah, that's sick.
Hot wings.
Hot wings, Hot Wheels leading the way.
I think the success of Deadpool really opened up R-rated comic movies. I mean, but did it? It's not like we're getting flooded with R-rated comic movies. It still seems like it's a struggle to get them.
I'd say they definitely paved the way for the possibility for sure.
Yeah. I mean, now they can look to it and say it's, they have, they can say Deadpool. But the first one that doesn't do well, man, they're going to eat that one alive. Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the new one. It's going to be awesome.
The nice like fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, that's Deadpool's whole thing, and even in the books, he's always being a fourth wall goober.
That fourth wall goober guy. I gotta really figure out what this guy's deal is. Like, what is his deal? You had all summer to think about it.
You got to know what Chunky's thing is.
That's a chunky.
That's a Chunky.
Don't break that. That's expensive.
I made this game. I know which ones are Chunkies.
I know what all the little things are.
Don't swear.
That show has to have a season, 2 seasons a year, I say.
Yeah, I want infinite seasons of that show.
I really do.
I
think it's a good idea. Ang stand
And I stand by.
I mean, just think how much he's given to the culture in 3 seasons. Like, girlfriends were complaining that, like, he rewired their boyfriend's brains. Who, like, has that power?
In a good way or a bad way? I can't even imagine.
Well, I guess it depends on who you're talking to.
Hey, we got a bit of good news, though, I think, in the week. They're continuing season 2 of Monarch, which
That's right.
is pretty awesome.
Anytime we can get more monsters, it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we just got to convince them to make some more animation.
Did you guys like Singular Point?
I did.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, actually.
I haven't
And
seen it.
the Gamera cartoon was fantastic. Gamera Rebirth, that was amazing.
I even liked Skull Island.
Yeah, I did too.
You know?
It was very watchable.
Yeah,
It was better than I thought it was going to be, that's for sure.
Skull
I
Island is
actually
awesome.
liked it.
Yeah, I'd watch the second season of that. I like the Ultraman show that was on Netflix. Yeah, I'm cool with giant monster animation.
Yeah, chances are if you like giant monsters, you're gonna like animation.
Yeah, that's from like Battle of the Planets when I was a kid. That was always like a monster of the week kind of thing, and that was, I look forward to that. Voltron too, the little beast at the end of every episode, just another giant monster. So yeah, absolutely, giant monsters are like infused into anime.
Do I do it? Do I give them little baby arms?
Translucent.
Only if they're translucent?
By order!
Gave me blind eyes.
I was fighting an urge to give this my turtle monster little arms right by the base of the neck, just so he gets something to punch.
Yeah,
him.
like little
But,
feeder arms.
fighting, not doing it because I feel like it just wouldn't look right. Like there are no turtles that have that. So I know I can do whatever I wanted, but I was trying to be.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you could always throw them in there and see how
And
it
see what
looks. It
happens.
might inspire some more ideas.
That's what we call the Matt Millard method.
Yeah, you slam it in.
You
Yeah.
slam it in.
Slam it in, and then maybe you're like, oh, he needs all sorts of mutations.
He can hit. He can hit you.
He at that price point, he can hit you.
Problem with when you add more arms, it means you got to do more work. You got to make it even cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, more work equals cooler, then I'm down with it. But if more work equals not cooler and waste of time,
Yeah, then
you
you
don't
just
know until you do it. So
get pissed off.
yeah, exactly. So,
Nice.
Look at those wings. I wish there was like a brush that was like the opposite of pitch.
You could hold Alt.
Yeah, not the same.
it doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't really-
Wait, what?
you can hold alt, but it doesn't do. I think what you're trying to.
You know what I mean? Like if it moved everything in the opposite direction, but not inflating it. No one knows what I'm thinking.
Otacon, this is Snake. Snake. Otacon, be ready.
Okay. What is the one Toho kaiju you want to appear in the Monsterverse?
Oh god, that's such a hard question.
The one. You get one.
I'd probably say for sure the Warbat.
You mean what's the one Monsterverse you want to appear in Toho?
Yeah, just the Warbat. My answer is always the Warbat.
Always Warbat.
But Matt, would you want to see them actually do a CG Warbat, or you want to see them do a man in suit Warbat?
I want to see every iteration of the Warbat.
Man in suit would be pretty interesting.
That would be really. It's like it's three small people, like the kids in the trench coats.
3 dudes in the trench coat.
Yeah, they go to the liquor store, but they're the Warbat.
For me, I kind of want to see, and I want them to go all out with the special effects on this. But the Smog Monster, Hedorah.
Yeah, Hedorah is always first. I want to see. How do you say it? Is it Violante or
Violante?
Violante? How do you guys say it?
I say Violante.
Yeah,
That's why, yeah.
he's my second.
It definitely has like the coolest, like most aggressive shape. Like I could see Violante, spreading over the whole world.
Yeah, it's vegetation and plants, and he's a giant like cosmic crocodile man. I like it.
But in essence, it is like it's another Hedorah-esque thing where it's ever growing, ever changing, shape shifting. Kind of like it could take over the whole world and that kind of I think Violante and Hedorah are very similar in that way, but very distinct as well. Like Hedorah is all about that pollution, so it can just literally just eat whatever's in front of it to grow. Doesn't matter what it is.
Well, and all the destruction that they reap just feeds it.
Right. Right. It's
it makes it bigger.
I think it would be interesting to have. I mean, this is asking for a lot, but if the Monsterverse started, like the Titans are there, they're established, and they have their own lore and they have their own stories to tell. But what if the Titans are somehow screwing around with the world, and there's mutant monsters as well, and they started to mutate, and weird ones are coming, and they're affecting each other now, and they're giving each other weird diseases and such. And Hedorah would definitely be one of them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the entire origin is all just nuclear energy anyways, right? Just do it.
We haven't really seen an entirely man-made Titan either.
We saw Mechagodzilla.
Well, I mean that's I want to say genetically mutated kind of.
Okay.
But that's exactly what I was kind of talking about. Humans can't leave anything alone, so they're gonna try to make their own Titan.
It's the whole Resident Evil thing where they get a hold of it and they're like, I'm making the ultimate weapon, the bio weapon. Yeah, a bio kaiju weapon.
I mean, they already demonstrated that they made their giant robot monster, so why wouldn't they be screwing around with organic ones too? And of course, they're gonna be misunderstood freaks. Did you guys happen to catch that that fan-made history of Superfauna?
No.
It's got Godzilla in it. It's got Kong in it. Gorgo's in it.
Nice.
It's really, really well done. It's been on YouTube the past couple of days. This guy is really good at making movies in Blender, I think.
And I was about to say, and it was all made in Blender.
Yeah.
It was, dude.
Yeah. And it looks, he's got such a great style, and he made it it's all in a lot of it's in black and white to make it look like it's an old 1950s.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
So good, man. They have the legendary style Godzilla going through the the electrical towers like in the original 54 Godzilla, and it's just like it's as good as that movie was. Like, that scene was just so well done.
I tell you, the speed at which fans are creating like their own stuff is crazy to me.
It's terrifying.
You know, it is it's because it's like they're so fast.
Yeah, fans have the toys ready before the companies do.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of crazy.
They have movies out, they have comics out, they have better artwork. It's a crazy time. Yeah, what's going on here? Another happy accident is when you forget that your symmetry's turned off and you just go to town on one side thinking it's gonna be on the other. And it's not. I know you just hit mirror, but you just hit mirror well, then it fixes that. But if you like it, then it's a happy accident. That you just like, oh, okay, I'll leave it the way it is.
It's morphin' time.
It's morphin' time. Ooh, I can hear my dog. He has awoken at the sound of my voice.
Maybe he woke at the sound of
What the dog
moving
doing?
time.
Well, what the dog doing? Let's see if he has anything to say.
What type of dog is this?
These. My guy has like changed about 400 times in the last 30 minutes.
Oh, you in the danger zone?
You know me, that's where I live.
You might be in the danger zone.
Of like, I hate it.
Yeah, whenever you start making too many changes, you're like, uh-oh. That happens to me all the time.
All the time.
I'm like, ooh, I've overworked the shit out of this. Like, and I'll look at like a render from like 2 days ago and be like, wow, that looks a lot cooler 10
That
hours
looks
ago. Like,
Are you like, boy, I really ruined it, didn't I? Boy, I took something cool and I just destroyed it. It's my favorite technique. Connor's asking if we made a reference board if we're just winging it. I think we're all just winging it.
I had a goat skull and a Komodo dragon as my reference. And you can see very clearly that reference barely made it in at all. Like for the initial head shape, I was like, yeah, maybe I want some sort of goat skull. And it got shortened and fattened and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, there's always a starting point.
Last week I had a whole page. My second monitor was full of reference. Today I didn't bother opening it because I knew
Yeah, you gotta feel it out.
Yeah. Oh, I always have reference for it when I'm working on something, but I'm not saying don't have it. But at some point you gotta stop looking at it. As important as it is to look at it, you gotta stop on occasion and just have fun.
Yeah, man, I took that reference or that to heart right before I started Gnomon. I went to one of their live events and Carlos Suante was there.
Oh.
And I mean, he's a master, and he was like, yeah, know your reference, but just like don't ever use it. He was like, just pull it up, look at it, and then close it.
Yep.
And now that's all I ever do. Like you'll never see me like. Every now and then, if I'm struggling with a part, I'll be like, okay, well, let's pull up some anatomy or let's pull up some of this and pull up some of that. But dude, his artwork stands out so far beyond everyone else because it's just not tied 100% to the real world. He's just actually drawing like you normally would, It's kind of the same thing as like being a musician and not knowing music theory. Like you're just playing music for the feel of it, for the rhythm of it, for the sound of it, and then the second you learn all the rules, you get inside of a little box, and it's hard to break out of that.
That must be something else, man, to learn from someone of that magnitude.
Well, I remember Juante saying, the imagination is a muscle.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you gotta train your imagination, and that I remember that having a pretty profound effect.
You gotta flex that boy.
It's something you gotta flex. And have you guys seen that chart that's been going around where you can picture an apple in your head, and it's like, what kind of apple do you have? Have you?
I think I saw that
Is it
somewhere.
a meme or is it serious?
It's like a meme, but basically, if you picture an apple in your head, like, what kind of apple do you see? Do you see a full 3D picture of an apple? Can you spin it around in your mind? Can you taste it? Can you smell it? Some people can't even. If you ask them what an apple looks like, they can't even. They might picture an outline, or they might, like, everybody's brain is different.
There it is.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I would imagine the people that do what we do could absolutely see that apple
It's all about apples.
surrounded by a ZBrush interface.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure we could, but like
Yeah.
your average, I don't know,
Joe Schmo.
your average schmo. His name is Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't even think about that because you really can't compare your mind's eye with someone else's mind's eye. It's just not possible. They can describe what they see, but they might not even be describing it well enough for it to match what they see.
It's like working with directors.
It's true.
Hmm.
You're both speaking different languages. You're trying to come together.
I always like to, just a quick tip, I always like to press V and switch to black on your color so you can start focusing on your silhouette. I do this like all the time whenever I'm
But
working.
I do it, but on
Working on
accident, and
forms.
specifically, I don't want
I
it.
was just gonna say that I do that all the time by accident.
Oh, dude, it's such a good tool.
But you know what I did is I switched my hotkey to V. So instead of turning it to black, it solos the object.
Yeah, well, I kept mine to switch to black because I like to check the silhouette.
I like to check the silhouette, even though there's a silhouette viewer right up here.
It's tiny,
Yeah, but you can scale it up. Look, see, like,
but it's tiny.
yeah,
But it's not your whole model.
but I can make it big.
But it's not your whole model.
But it's not the whole model. It is the model.
All right, you win. Whatever.
All right.
But yeah, you said you switched you made a solo, a hot
Yeah.
Yeah, I use solo all the time, but I mean the button is
Because I got tired of hitting silhouette mode on accident all the time, because that's all I would do. At some point, I have to make a decision about what this guy is.
Is that different than figuring out what his deal is?
Feel it? No, it's a little different.
So there's what you are, and then there's what your deal is.
Who are you?
More than 40% of humans do not have the inner voice, inner dialogue when they think thoughts. That can't be real. Is that real?
That's supposedly that's real.
That
I've been
is.
hearing that as well.
That's actually kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a
Well-
trap.
It's a trap.
I think it would explain a lot.
Well, okay. Here's another one. Do you think of yourself as I or we?
Oh, we for sure.
Yeah, I think we.
Yeah, I talk to all my versions of myself every day.
Yeah, and then I think I talk to like the microbiome in my body. I'm like, well, let's do this.
The spice melange.
The spice melange.
I think I'm an I.
You're an I. You are the one. You are
I
one.
never really thought about it, but I definitely don't think I refer to myself as one.
I
I'm
am.
not bored.
I am one, and I am many. We are legion.
We're not gonna hurt you.
Kevin. There are people who cannot hear music in their head.
That's scary.
That's
too.
also just kind of sad. That's
Ooh, my dog
not
is
Slayer
upset.
though.
Yeah, he's upset. He wants to see his dad. I got home late and
He's mad at you.
had to rush in here. He's like, "Come on, Dad. What's the big deal? I thought we were best friends."
Yeah.
I might have to let him out.
Love this. Love fighting it.
Man, that smooth stronger is really just the way forward.
It's a win for everybody.
Yo, that's looking sick, dude.
He's going crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm liking that. That's dope. Yeah. That's
I'm just watching you guys work. I had to stop.
You're like
Yeah,
way far ahead, man.
Oh, I cheated. I worked in like an hour before the stream, so
Dude, nice. Yeah, no, that's not cheating at all, man. We
No.
we encourage that big time, especially
Yeah.
if you wanna keep banging on your design like outside of the stream. That's how
Yeah,
you're into it like big time.
yeah, I quite like it. So I'll probably just like do proper Keyshot renders of it and try to like make a post of it.
Do it, dude.
Absolutely, we like
I
that.
mean, it's a monster. Why wouldn't I do that? And then screw it. Who knows? Maybe I'll add little arms too. See what
You
happens.
gotta see, give them some arms. That's what I'm saying. Throw some stuff in there. Throw some stuff in there and see what it does. It's like spaghetti, you know. You gotta throw it to the wall and see if it sticks. That's how you know if it's done or not.
Try it, fail, try, fail, try it, fail again. That's the Jared Krichevsky method.
Yeah.
Try it, fuck, try it, no.
Speaking of, you got to give me that Glacius model.
I got to give you that Glacius model.
I'm gonna print that guy.
Make it. You might need to do, add some Matt Millard magic to it.
I'll do the Lord's work.
I know you will.
Whatever is required of me, I will do, my Lord.
Only.
Perfect. Yes. Perfect.
That's
I
such a
heard that one
blessing.
a little bit.
Perfect. Even DopePope does the no talk.
Everybody,
You know,
everybody
like
does
when about this time, about an hour in, we all zone out
that. Yeah, that's
And
the
we're
way
like-
forward.
and we're like, oh, I forgot I should be talking.
That is funny because we all like, it wasn't even awkward. It just happened.
It just happens.
Yeah, we all accept it.
Well, it's like the equivalent of whenever you're drawing and you're like holding your breath to do that stroke. You know,
Yeah.
your brain kind of turns off and you're just like in it.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I hold my breath to like sculpt a certain thing, and don't even realize I'm doing it. And then when I'm done doing it, I just breathe this sigh of relief. I was like, who gets that? Like, only other ZBrush artists get it. Well, I don't know. I imagine any artist doing what they do and they're pouring their heart into it at that moment, they'll get it.
Or holding your breath like, you know, like it's a tightrope act or something.
Just getting that concentration, and man, your body starts to shut off different things, and you're just like focusing on that stroke.
Yeah, you don't think to do it. You just do it.
Save us.
Save us. Let your art do the talking. Let's hear what you're sculpting.
Take it easy.
Hey, take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Godfather of Kaiju.
I was thinking about when I first learned ZBrush, the things I did to achieve a really good looking render. And I remember like I would only concentrate on the side that I knew I was gonna render, and the other side just got like abused and
Oh yeah.
and like, you know, and then a couple of years will go by and you don't even realize how much more you've learned and how your workflow changes. So you go back to look at those and you're like, oh, it opens up on the good side. So you're like, oh, that was and then you turn it around and you see
You're like, Jesus,
like, oh,
who did this?
yeah, I start thinking maybe I'll 3D print this. I remember it looked pretty good. I got a good render, and then you open it up. It's like, there's no way I can print this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Who ruined my sculpt over here?
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like that old innocent era of when you first started and you didn't even know how bad you were.
Dude, I experienced that every day in like life drawing, like drawing from life. You know, you get the model in, like the 10 minutes would be up, and I'd look at my giant canvas and be like, who the fuck drew this? This is terrible. What kindergartner hopped into the class and did this terrible?
Drawing from the model nowadays, though, you still get to do it a lot.
No. I the most I do is just draw from reference on my iPad. I try and flex that muscle a lot, but it's so funny, dude. It's like I don't know. Our tools are so good. Like, you know, I've got the $3,000 Wacom tablets, $2,000 iPads, all this software and stuff. But pencil and paper is just king. Like, there's something about that physical, you know, that tactile feeling your pen and feeling your pencil and your charcoal and all that stuff. I can't draw like I could digitally, physically, you know, or vice versa. I can't draw as good as physical on digital. There's just like a separation there.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
I mean, my entire portfolio for Gnomon was just pencil drawings. It was all anatomy studies and portraitures, and they're great. Like, to this day, I look at them like, hey, that's pretty solid work.
Yeah.
There's no way I can do that on on an iPad now. And just there's something. It's like even in Nomad, like I have plenty of knowledge in production and rendering and sculpting and all this stuff, and I can do like decent little blockouts and fun sketches, but I can't do it. I can't do it on that tiny little mobile platform like I could with the full service like 3D, something about it. There's just a little bit of a cutoff for me.
For me, like the sound and the texture of charcoal always bothered me.
Oh, really?
The dryness. I hated the dryness of it. It just made my skin crawl.
Wow, that's interesting.
The scratching sounds, the little like.
I like it.
Getting charcoal all over it. I did not like it.
I like it.
I did not like Matt.
Did you ever use like a grease pencil? Because that sounds a lot softer than charcoal.
I never did.
But I used a grease pencil once in life drawing class, and the teacher came up to me, took it out of my hand, broke it in half, and said, "Don't you ever use a grease pencil in my class again." Like, what just happened? Like,
why?
I don't know why. She said if it's got to be charcoal or don't come to class. Like, she made an idiot out of me, and I couldn't understand what the problem was. It must have been a personal thing that she had against grease pencils.
Yeah, of course.
I kind of like them.
Grease pencils broke into her house and killed her family.
They killed her parents.
That's what happened.
They killed her parents.
She's the Batman of you can give me all that stuff. She's the Batman of grease pencils.
Yeah, something must have happened. Horrible.
It's tragic. Don't you ever.
I never even looked at a grease pencil after that again.
Wrecked you, dude. It wrecked you.
Alec Fredericks, dude, thanks for everything, man. Thanks for supporting me, and thanks for swinging by, dude. You're the man.
Dude, hell yeah. Good. Congrats, dude, on that piece. That's a good one that you're going to want to own for a long time.
Yeah. Someone said no one holds their breath like an airbrusher. I used to do airbrushing way back. That was like one of the first things I did in high school. I remember airbrushing like Who Framed Roger Rabbit t-shirts for people. That's how far back. And in 1989, when the Batman movie came out, I was airbrushing the Batman and the Joker on t-shirts, sweatshirts for people.
Dude, that's awesome.
Good time.
How did you get like your start in art? You see what I did?
My start in art?
Yeah. How'd you like? I don't know. Did you really, always creative?
Yeah, it was always about art, and that's what was the thing that stood out about me. So it was always going to be a career in art. I remember the first time I had an idea that I could be an artist and do something in art. I wanted to be like Rick Baker and do special effects. I mean, I'm a fan kid.
Uh-oh. What happened?
It's okay.
Oh no.
Sorry, you hear the emergency alarm. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. You wanted to be like Rick Baker. Sorry for interrupting.
I remember making believe I was cutting people's fingers off and making fingers out of clay, putting little fingernails on and painting it like a real finger. Now, at the time, I thought it looked cool, but probably if I looked at it now, I would laugh. But yeah, I mean, that didn't last. That wasn't like a realistic goal. It was just kid stuff. And then I just started thinking maybe I could be an artist and do something in illustration.
Dude, I would say that it is a realistic goal now, for sure. Like, you're a badass. You know what I mean? You can honestly, if you put your your passion and your hard work towards it, get into 3D printing and molding, and you get into latex and all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess in a weird way, just seeing a monster that I designed and helped create on the screen and being that excited about it is like a testament to
big time, dude. Right?
If I was going to do special effects, it was going to show up in a movie. I mean, that's where special effects wind up. So And this is a weird way. In a weird way, I achieved that goal because having a monster in a movie is a special effect.
Big time.
It is 100%.
Special effect on me.
And it's timeless, dude. I mean, it'll be there forever. It's part of
Yeah.
the Godzilla catalog now. You know, I mean, it's kind of the ultimate bucket list is making a monster that ends up in a Godzilla movie. That is pretty sick, dude. I mean, it's about as legendary as it gets, you know. And we're lucky to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, we'll be on a wiki somewhere, you know.
I mean, even you're a Godzilla fan your whole life. So, like, people just don't understand it. It's a very specific kind of feeling to be a Godzilla fan your whole life and then have a chance to have a monster on screen.
Yeah, man.
So it's, you know, some people will laugh at that, but
Nobody's laughing at that, dude. It's like the coolest thing ever, dude.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Well, you know,
It's,
I mean,
it's awesome.
growing up, the internet really made fans come together, and you could actually be proud of something with millions of people at the same time.
Mhm.
Like, a long time ago, you did something like this. Like, a lot of people wouldn't even know or care for a very long time. I don't know how they did it. They had to just sit back and be happy for themselves, and no one can share that happiness with them because no one cared. Now everyone cares. Now people care way too much. Actually. But that's a different story.
Like all the nerds grew up, dude, and this is where we're at now. Like, you know, it's cool. That's why comic book movies, like, honestly made it, because we all grew up on comic books.
Yeah, and decided that that's what we were gonna put our money into. Like my kid, you know, our kids know about freaking Goku and stuff. It's pretty rad.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty cool. I mean, they don't have their own anime now for them, their age bracket. It's crazy. I mean, we had, when I was a kid, all there was to watch was like Battle of the Planets, Voltron,
old monster movies, and you know,
Speed
Twilight
Racer.
Zone.
Like, really, really going back. If you got lucky, you found Ulysses 31. If you flipped around on UHF for a while. I mean, if anybody knows what UHF is,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Chrome Colossus. Damn. You guys are like way farther than me. I gotta start making some choices.
Got to make those calls.
I gotta start making some calls.
Got to call someone.
Who am I gonna call?
Got to call someone. You're going to call Steve Buscemi.
I'm gonna call Steve freaking Buscemi. He likes monsters.
He's a huge fan.
Huge fan. How come Steve Buscemi has not been in a giant monster movie?
It might be time.
I think it's time.
Wasn't he in like one of the Transformer movies though? Is that kind of close? Maybe I'm wrong.
He wasn't he?
Was
I
he?
don't know.
Was he in the third? I think he was in the third one.
What did he do?
Well, I know he's like Michael Bay's boy, so he was in one of Michael Bay's movies. The Island. I know he's in The Island, so maybe he was in Transformers. Maybe someone listening would know.
Seems like an opportunity there. If I were a person who likes opportunities. Time to start making choices. That happened. You're concentrating.
Rock and roll.
Oh, it's Jared in. Hey, Jared's in the chat.
Yo,
Jared
what's
Modena.
up? What's up?
We gotta get this young buck on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Get over here!
Get over here. Because Modina's coming for all of us.
Don't forget to save your work.
Yeah. Yeah,
They might kill you, but they're for sure not gonna kill me.
he's coming in hot.
You know I'd like to shoot that gun.
You know I'd like that.
You knew I'd like that gun. You knew I'd like to shoot that gun.
Mhm.
My wife can't find her W-2, so tax preparation is over and sculpting begins. Tax prep.
I don't want to talk about tax prep.
You don't want to talk about tax.
It actually wasn't too bad this year. They were like, yo, you spent more than you made. Here's a wheelchair. We're going to sign you up for some health care. And I was like, okay, hit me up in October. I'm going to move to New Zealand and never come back. The secret is we all got to become billionaires so we don't have to pay taxes.
Man, only I'd thought of that.
Yeah, that's what we need to be working on.
You know, if it was 92,
Yeah, you know it. We all know it.
I did that already. I didn't care for it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you weren't a huge fan of being a billionaire.
yeah. It's
Just a
got
little
boring
rough.
a bit. There's the hunger.
And there's
you know, you buy a social media site.
you want to fight MMA?
Yeah, exactly. What is it with the billionaires that want to be MMA?
That it was so funny.
Yeah, that never happened.
I really wish they would have rented out the Roman Coliseum to fight each other. That would have been why that. God, it's too good for our timeline.
It really should have happened.
Yeah, it would have been great.
Jared's deciding to sculpt along with us.
Can't wait.
Post it, homie.
I mean, the amount of work he's putting out on a regular basis, I think he's just always sculpting. He's got to be doing other things while sculpting as well, unless he's just a machine.
He probably has well, no, I've had him in my class. He's a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids build different.
Dude's made of carburetors.
He's made of car.
Dude's a machine.
He's a machine.
Yeah, everybody in the chat was talking about Modena last week.
And now he's here. We've summoned him.
Yeah, he's been summoned.
He's summoned.
Yeah.
The summoning.
He's doing great Kaiju 3D work, so his name's definitely gonna get dropped in that realm.
Keep putting out work and keep putting your name out there. That's all stuff I don't do. I don't put enough work out there.
I mean, I think you do, though. I mean,
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I've
Like, dude,
Well,
what is,
okay.
You live in a fantasy world where you think that, bro.
That's funny.
I guess I would say that as I've gotten older, my output has dropped.
Maybe on personal work.
Yeah, on personal work.
Yeah. I mean, when you're constantly working, though, how are you going to do personal work
I used to be able to.
and live a life at the same time?
True.
One thing's got to go out the window.
That makes it hard, when you see that workout, people like Jared, like Modena putting stuff out, and you're like,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Because it just gets your juices.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to do it too. You're like, I totally get it.
I used to be able to do a piece a week. Now it takes me, month more.
Yeah. I know.
Get this man a gordita.
Yeah.
Creatures. Creatures and creature sculpting. Look at those spiky bad boys.
Nah, that's looking sick.
Say what?
It's looking really good.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Terrifying.
Yours is looking sick, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, your detailing is very nice and tight and like a specific. I want to say like you can. I see like the language in each of your finishes. Every time I see like a finished piece of yours, I'm like, yeah, you have that nice and tight finish on all of your secondary and tertiary details. I can see you pumping that in right now. It's looking sick.
Thank you. That's interesting to me because I like. I was just thinking the same thing about your piece and looking at yours, saying that's definitely a piece by Matt because it's just style, and your style really does shine through in a lot of your stuff.
Oh, cool. That's something that's really hard for an artist to see in their own work. Like I feel like we're hardly aware of what our pieces have in continuity, because we're all so intimate with the work and we see over all of the little things that the viewers see, the third party sees, we all have kind of a hard time being like, oh yeah, I have this kind of style, like this is what, this is my execution. We just look at it and we're like, yeah, that's one of our mediocre things we did.
Yeah, I'm not aware of my own style most of the time. People point it out, and then I'm like, yeah, I guess that's my style.
I definitely, I know Matt so well, so I know his language,
Dude, it's the same with me and you. Like we can't see our own thing, but the second that we see each other's stuff, we're like, yeah, that's a Jared piece. Or like,
yeah.
It's just how it goes.
I definitely don't see that in my own stuff for sure. It's hard for me to understand. Moran says my work has a lot of humor in it.
Interesting.
It's like, yeah, your work has more humor, but Jared's work immediately. Morance's work immediately.
Yeah, that's for sure.
No one does evil like him.
It's funny. I think last year or the year before, I don't know if this happens to a lot of people, but ArtStation sent me like stats about my page, and it said your favorite artist is Jared Morantz, and you liked 200 of his images.
That's incredible.
Holy shit! I didn't realize it. I just everything he posted, I'm just like,
you're just like, wow, that's dope.
Yeah. That's I'm like, yeah, I guess he's my favorite according to that particular. I didn't know that they kept track of your likes like that and then sent it to you as a.
It's like a Spotify playlist recap or whatever.
Yeah, like Facebook memories or something like. Remember 2022 and we love all of Jared's work. I kind of do. He did a bunch of stuff for Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Like it wasn't even in the movie, but he did some crazy looking villain and dragon creatures that was so brilliant. I couldn't stop staring.
So the thing that really messed me up with Morantz, which he is a god in his own right. I think everybody can very easily say like he is a master. He's a modern day master, right? And we're all very familiar with this work, but I stumbled across like some concept art he did for the Mortal Kombat Legacy short films.
Oh yeah, dude.
And he did the designs. I remember being like fresh out of college and seeing the trailer and seeing that Sub-Zero, being like, that's the sickest shit I've ever seen. Fast forward to 15 years later, I was like, oh my god, it was Jared Morantz.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, dude. It's just full circle, right? I mean, it's insane. Super. I mean, he's such a nice guy. He's super talented, highly knowledgeable. It's insane. Incredible friend and mentor for sure.
He's just been doing it so long, you know.
I was working at Blockbuster whenever he was
Yeah.
doing working in films and making monsters. I was watching Terror Vision and he was working on movies, you know. I was like, holy crap, dude. The guy's insane.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, anything that's like even good or slightly good he's gonna be involved in it. Like
Yeah.
good, even if it's like the best thing in a mediocre movie. Oh, of course he did that. It's done so much that like the movie itself can't be a winner, but the design sure can. You know, and
that's what's also kind of funny is, you know, with all these movies being made, and there's a lot of them that are really bad, but they're all designed so well.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's I can't bring myself to shit on a movie the way I used to, because now I know like how much work is involved in making a really bad movie. Like even the worst movie has like this redeeming qualities, you know. And you know these people slaved over this stuff.
And you know, like
no one intends on making a bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's actually become like one of my biggest pet peeves is you know, just the random guy being hypercritical of, oh, they shouldn't have made this looks like garbage. It's just one of those things now where I'm like, man, I just can't appreciate someone that has that like ridiculous outlook. You know, we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people working their ass off on this stuff. Do you remember the CG we had whenever we were kids?
Yeah, dude.
It was terrible. And it looked amazing at the time. We were like, wow.
We thought it would, you know, definitely not getting better than this.
Yeah. I remember my dad seeing NFL Blitz first time and him being like, wow, that looks real. I will never forget that. Ever. Like, that's just, you know, and we went from that to the best CG I've seen in, like, movies. You know, kids are like, oh, the CG looks so bad. I'm like,
that's what I don't get about that argument either. It's like,
you don't even know what it is.
You'll look at a frame from something that they're complaining about, and you're like, no, that looks great.
Where's the scale? Where's the this?
Where's the scale? Yeah.
Shut up.
That's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. Oh well.
Well.
That was my rant.
It's a good rant.
I always thought maybe because I'm from Brooklyn and not over there on the West Coast where all of the shit is happening, that I always felt like so removed from it all, and that there was no hope for me, and whatever I get and be happy with it. And then next thing I know, I have a monster and a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, dude.
It's a bullshit story you tell yourself until something happens, you know?
Yeah.
So, but it was because I went to LA that happened. Like I did have to actually go there, but I did. I did that. I went there.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, that's very similar to me. Like I was from Arkansas and it didn't even register in my brain that I would ever be able to work on films and design monsters ever. Like I just had no idea. And it wasn't until like halfway through Gnomon that it even clicked. Like it was whenever I got in Jared's class, I was like, oh my God, this dude just fucking makes monsters all day. I was like, I want to do that.
Like, for people like us, that's something we want to do all day, like, and be thrilled doing it.
That was also my epiphany too, because you know, I was sitting there in Jared's class, and I'm like, holy crap, you can do this. This is a life you can make for yourself. Don't let your dreams be dreams, kid.
Yeah.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's looking at your face. Who wouldn't want to be Rick Baker, man?
Everybody wants to be.
Everybody wants to be Rick Baker.
Definitely wanted to be. But I guess like now you don't have to say you made it in the art field because you have a movie with a monster of yours in it. Like you could actually make it many different ways now. You don't even have to be involved in Hollywood at all. You could have a successful like just fan art career.
Yeah.
Making like beautiful pieces of art the way only you can do it.
People doing commissions, you know.
Commissions and shows, conventions, and artist alleys and stuff. I mean, I have great friends that draw insanely beautiful pieces of artwork, and this is, they absolutely are killing it doing that, and after a while of doing that, then they become famous enough and well known enough to get connections doing the things that they thought they would be doing a long time ago, but now just by being at the shows, they've made it possible for themselves. So like, you don't have to strive just for that one thing. There's other ways of making things happen.
Well, and the other thing is not everybody's path is going to look the same. I think a lot of us feel like we stumble into it somehow.
Yeah, I definitely felt like there's a lot of stumbling along the way for sure.
There is a lot. Like I didn't get into this being like I'm going to design Godzilla.
Right, of course. I mean, it's a dream, but it wasn't like that's the goal. I'm not stopping until I do it.
Yeah. You're like, of course I would love to, but like, you don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think there's a lot to be said for luck.
Yeah, it's really about just meeting the right people, impressing the right people, getting your art seen by the right people, and half of the time it is random. It's a lot of networking, and it's weird. It's very mafioso in that way.
Because I do run into that, and this is my imposter syndrome talking, but because you're like, man, there are artists who are 1,000 times better, 1,000 times more worthy, who would probably deserve it more.
Yeah.
I have to run through that, that dialogue in my head. But I was reminded that you are the product you're selling. Art is a part of it, but you're selling yourself. You're selling you. That thing that makes you uniquely you. It happened again.
The quiet.
The quiet.
The quiet.
Huh?
The quiet.
Yeah, last week the 2 hours went by. It seemed like 15 minutes for me.
Yeah.
It went by really fast, and it's already too much time went by without me realizing.
Rance would always say, "Can it take a punch?"
Yeah.
So can it take a punch?
I think all three of ours can.
See how fast it goes? See how fast the night goes now? All of a sudden
Yeah.
you're in the flow, and then-
Yeah, once you lock in, it starts to move.
I feel like it took me a good hour to get warmed up.
It's looking like a vicious mouth. That thing will tear you to shreds.
Aw, he's got the maw. One thing that I did do that I don't know if this is revolutionary or not, but I made like a little eye bud. So it's basically just like a little pod with all the parts and pieces of an eye there.
Yeah, that's smart.
And what's cool about that is you can move it around and change, the eyes pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have like a distorted sphere for an eye. And
Yeah.
none of that good stuff in there. But that's good. Plus you have all that inner eye meat for a good render.
Yeah. You get that eye meat.
You get the good eye meat.
Get that eye meat. Get that eye meat. The eye meat.
What do you call it?
I don't know.
I mean,
The sclera.
Sclera?
The eye meat.
is that what it's called? Sclera?
The
Sclera.
white, yeah, the white part of the eye.
Well,
Sclera is just Latin for eye meat.
Just Latin for eye meat.
I don't even know if it's Latin at all.
Oh, it's Latin, all right. We decided it was Latin just now.
Make your choices. Stick to them. He said to himself.
Choose your destiny.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Jared. Thanks, Modena. There's too many Jareds, so you're now Modena.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
There's quite a few of us. I don't know what it is about Jareds who want to make monsters.
It's definitely a high percentage of J names for sure.
There's at least 3 of them.
At least
I see Awkward is in the chat. It's nice to see you, Awkward.
What's up, Awkward?
If she's still here. I haven't looked at the chat, but that was a while ago. Like 15 minutes ago.
It just makes sense to see DopePope on Creature Corner. We agree.
That's what I agree as well. It's just it feels like home.
It does. Feels natural. It's great having you on, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to do this again next week? You want to finish these up?
Oh, I would love to come back. If you, yeah, I thought you were.
Let's slap
We're
them up.
Let's do it. Now we're talking about like seriously finishing these guys. Let's make them.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it. Get meaty. Meaty.
Meaty.
So meaty.
Down the hatch. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Bon appetit. You know the house where you can see the KFC out their front window?
There's like no cute restaurants here.
It's a nice neighborhood. That sketch really grew on me. I did not like that sketch at first, but it really grew on me. They can hit. Brought him here as a perk.
I don't even know half these skits you're talking about. I did watch all seasons of that show. But I don't know.
Half of them just kind of slip by. There's some gems in there. The Garfield house.
Oh yeah, that's season 1. I want my treasure.
They do an intervention at a Garfield house.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's
come
do it
on.
at my place.
I do remember that skit. Yeah.
Krichevsky versus Modena Kaiju. Yeah, we'll get him on. We'll get you on, buddy.
He can say something like Darth Vader says. I was merely the student, but now I am the master.
The student is
Most
now the
impressive.
master. Well, I mean, shoot. Matt was my student. He's now the master. He's now the master.
My man.
Dude, I would have taken your class in a heartbeat if I lived out there.
I don't know. There's much I could teach you, buddy.
No, believe me, there's plenty I could learn from this. I don't care. If someone's doing good work, I can learn from them. Sure.
Yeah.
You know?
I think a lot of it comes in seeing how other students get critiqued as well. You know? Because we all struggle with something different.
Yeah, indeed. And when I went to school, I went to college for illustration, and we just drew from the model all day and critiqued each other's work. And I had that opportunity. I saw the value in it, but I wasn't making monsters and getting critiqued on it or getting art directed on it. And now I am doing that for a living in it, but there's no forum where you could just go and show your monster and get genuine critique, like real critique instead of at least there are, but they're like cyber, they're discount Discord rooms where you don't even know the person who's telling you your shit is good or it sucks, stuff like that. Yeah, the internet has changed the game in so many ways, but I'm talking back when I was trying to learn this stuff. So now I'm like, these guys, everybody's out in LA teaching stuff, and I needed to be there. So it's just a lot of watching you guys tutorials and teaching myself.
Really put out a lot of tutorials. That's why we do the stream. That's kind of my
they're invaluable too.
It's kind of my way to give without having to make a tutorial.
Well, tutorials are great, but sometimes they're very long-winded, and they're hard to follow. Sometimes you just want to watch a guy work and see how he handles something from beginning to end, and that's why these streams are great.
If nothing else, I hope it helps people see how much I struggle.
Yeah, especially in the beginning.
Like when when Matt sees me all frustrated.
I'm like, it's okay.
I hope that people like understand that, like, okay, everybody gets this.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes it's so bad that you just like scrap it and start over. If you can't get out of the suck stage fast enough.
Yeah, all the time, dude.
Not
All
gonna
the time. I feel that a lot. But we're always hardest on ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. You got that in Rendy's.
It's
Yeah.
been Whitney zone.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey.
Come on.
There we go. Yeah.
It's doing a little clay pass, a little clay render.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this is looking like something out of Pac Rim,
Thanks, buddy.
which is a Del Toro film, because I was going to say Matt looks like something out of a Del Toro movie, but he did both of them. So yours is very Pac Rim specific, though.
Yeah. I was really going for that language.
Yeah, it reads that way for sure. And those are great, damn great creature designs in that movie for sure.
Oh man, that movie's so good. And I don't care. I like the second one.
The second one's bad.
I know. I don't care.
That's okay. I'm just saying it's bad.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Look, I agree. I think it's bad compared when you compare it to the first one. It's not very good, but by itself, it's not awful. Like, it's very watchable. It's fun. I enjoyed it. When you have to compare it to the first one, though, that's where it loses.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to compare the two. But I like it.
And it's just a damn shame that like, he didn't get to continue his vision with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he said Del Toro said he did not make any money on Pac Rim.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That was something that I really wanted him to succeed with. There was that for sure. I mean, I'm glad he won his Oscar and all that, but now he has power, I guess, and he wanted to take his baby back. I think he should do something with it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Jared, that's looking cool.
Oh, thanks, buddy. You gotta do.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Oh, dude, before we go, I want to show you guys how big this warband is. You won't be able to see the paint job, but I'm
Oh yeah, dude. Let's see it.
working on this giant. Let's turn this camera back on here. Yeah, look at how big this guy is. Again, you won't be able to see the paint on it, but he's big.
That's insane.
Wow, homie.
I mean, because that thing is really tall. Once the wings
It's
are
bigger
on,
than the first one too.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
figured-
way
yeah.
bigger. It'll be the wings come up to. It'll be about 16 inches once it's done. But our main man James has been helping me with that. He'll key it and everything. It's looking sick, dude. It really is. I'm super pleased with it.
Dude, you should be. That looks fantastic.
Nice.
yeah, I think it's absolutely stunning.
There we go. There's my guy.
Damn. It's mean.
He's scary. He's a scary boy. That's my signature. I like to be scary.
I do like the colors you put on it. It works.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's getting there. Yeah, round 3 next week. That'll be fun. Let's finish them up. Get some poses. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it. Working hard. Both of my FEPs have holes in them now, so I'm going to be spending hours on that tomorrow. That'll be fun.
It's always fun doing that over and over and over again.
Dude, Krichevsky, I think you found it, dude. He looks
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
He looks super, super cool.
yeah, man. We got it. We got him back. It took me, a while.
It happens, yeah. Yeah, we all have like 3. It's cool how all 3 of them kind of stand out from each other, for sure.
All very visually distinct.
Oh yeah, let's all get our cameras back on here. Dang, dude, that's looking
Yeah, dude, that's
sick.
Insane.
You're such a good sculptor, man.
Who are you talking to?
talking to you, bro. Like
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, your speed is insane.
Speed is good, but your definitions, yeah. Again, nice and crisp. Love it.
I showed Jared before it started, but I didn't show you, Matt. Look, just pop in some buildings to give it scale.
Yeah, let's go.
Now we're having some serious giant monster action going on here.
That's awesome, dude. I love that. Yeah, we definitely gotta get that scene from you. And
Yeah,
we'll put all of our guys in it. That'll be fun.
Friendship.
Yeah, now it's a giant monster. Now it looks like it's a formidable.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, brutal. Dude,
Groovy.
that's great.
And then I start screwing around with that. I just love that NPR filter that makes it look like a hand drawing. I just love that.
Save us.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Fantastic, buddy. Yes. Here we go.
Very cool. That's awesome, dude.
Excellent.
I thought it'd be fun if he had the nose spike and the spikes that come up kind of around it.
Yeah.
Closes his mouth.
Definitely worth it.
shape.
Don't forget to save your work.
There we go.
Who's that handsome devil?
Kind of got these Starship Trooper colors going on my guy. There we go. Oh yeah, details in a pose. That'll be fun.
Feel pretty good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you really locked it in at the towards the latter half there.
Yeah, man. When you start deciding that you need to make some decisions.
I think this is the first time I've done a kaiju since I worked on the Warbot, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we've just been doing a lot of
horror sculpts.
yeah, a lot of just kind of like one-to-one or one-to-one scale designs, you know, in the realm of 6 feet tall people. Not not giant like world-ending
right
city destroyers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking it though. We've got 3 solid directions. It's going to be fun.
Totally all different and unique as well.
Yeah, I might have to, if I get some time, I might have to do the DopePope and work on it off stream here.
You know, man. I'm feeling that pressure.
Yeah. I think Matt, your design right now, it could be like human sized and still be absolutely terrifying.
Just like wrap around you, and eat your.
Yeah, it could be like if it was down in the basement, it would scare the shit out of somebody. But it's also if it was the size of a skyscraper, it's just this crazy looking. I don't know which one would be worse actually.
Well, maybe he's got little babies.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah, I think I got him.
How are you gonna keep those feet? They're like elephant feet, or is it?
Probably, yeah, probably. I Need to do something. Something.
Did you know what he's given me a callback to whenever we did our Barlow aliens.
Yeah. Well, Barlow designed for Pac Rim, so definitely channeling the master.
Yeah, I love that. Love that silhouette, man. That's cool.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
Oh, nice. It's a good idea, and I stand by.
It's a good idea. And I stand by.
Oh my God!
He admitted it.
Oh my God.
That's right, Paul. You flinched. Now you have to marry your mother-in-law.
All right, hip cats, what do you think?
I think it's time.
I think it's time.
Very cool.
Save out, save up.
Dinner on yours.
Dinner on yours. I love that sketch.
Yeah, DopePope. That is.
It's crazy, dude. It looks crazy cool.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
nasty, dude. That's really nasty. It looks great.
Yeah, that's brutal.
The little hanging spikes you have there coming off, like, you know, where the neck is meeting the shell. It's got that kind of that snapping turtle mouth vibe to it, with like just the layers.
Oh yeah, they have all that stuff.
Yeah, just like hanging viscera.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I needed to give it exaggerates certain elements, but to make it look like a giant monster, not just a large turtle. Well, I just started pulling things out, and then it started looking cooler and cooler.
That's what we like.
Yeah, but
Yabba dabba cool. Cool.
Hey,
I'm good to go, boys.
Yeah, gang.
That was good.
that was a nice sesh.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thanks for Pope. You gotta turn the camera back on.
Oh, okay.
The Pope man.
There's the Pope. There he is. The Kaiju Pope himself. Anyway, thanks for all. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We're gonna be back with Joe next week, and we're gonna sculpt.
Yes.
We're gonna finish up these Kaiju sculpts. So come
Let's go.
join us next week. Come hang out with us. If you want to contact us on our socials, boom. At MonsterMash042, at Jared Krichevsky, at ItchyTaster _ at Matt Millard 3D. Pope, what's Pope is at DopePope. It's there's a lot of O's in there. Those are zeros, right?
Those are zeros, yeah.
Zeros. So DopePope, but the O's are zeros. So thank you all for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time on Creature Corner.
Nice. Okay.